Hello, so we are here at Elvis Evolution. We're on the XL in London, so you can see that. I'll take you into the bars, but that's all I can do. You're not allowed to go in, so I'm not going to be able to take you in. But we're here and it's fabulous so far. Not in yet. So yeah, it's going to be a review of what I think, my opinion only. I'll take you in the bars, but obviously I won't take you into the event. That'll just have to be word of mouth because you're not allowed any cameras. So yeah, keep it kind in the comments if you don't mind, because there may be people down there who like it. There may be people there who don't like it. And from what I see, there's a lot of passion going on. If I don't like it, I'll say. If I like it, I will say. But I don't want criticism. If I like it, if you don't, or if I don't like it, but you do. So yeah, just be kind. We all got our different opinions. What else can you do? So yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'll keep you posted. I paid 180, so I have the Burn in Love VIP ticket. Tickets are between 75, 180 and 300. I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I'll show you now. So we're heading to it. Keep you posted. Here we go. So this is the entrance. Oh, and we're here in Elvis. Yeah, you can sit out, look. Yay! Bob's Diner. What?
And it's that line was a bit.
Look at that. Bob's Diner. Yeah, that's what I need. I'm going to the toilet as well. Toilet. Woo. Love it. And they're playing Clamby. Love it. Oh look! Have you got an Elvis picture on your toilet?
I do.
Oh! Do the clam. Come on! That needs brownie points. Brownie points for Elvis Evolution.
Always came around
And made the cruel way like a rose. Pardon? No.
When I hear the sun
Nights of simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you.
pressed between the sweet wind through the ages like wine.
Chilling outside Bob's Diner in the sunshine, enjoying a Pepsi Max. And Elvis is playing. Can't get better than this, can it? You have the VIP card and then you pick from this. So Bob Diner, went over, ordered the milkshake and it's done. So get my drink and I have 45 minutes till showtime to finish it. And got nachos for £8.50 and the drink is free. So yay, so far it's been a smooth ride.
You know what they should have? Peanut butter burger. A peanut butter burger.
Yeah, because we've got the peanut butter drink, haven't we?
Yeah.
We should have the peanut butter.
Just had the nachos and it was gorgeous, absolutely delicious. Give it like about 7 out of 10 because I had pulled pork and I didn't want that, but that was my fault. And the milkshake was gorgeous. So starting off, we're doing really good. Things are going fabulous so far. So yay. So let's hope it continues. The green group, so that's the first group. So we're going down now to the NBC studios. Corridor down. And here's Joe coming. Yay! This way to Studio 4. I won't do from tiki bar now. So we just came out the first part. I'll give you the route at the end. So we're heading in. And we're heading in for a drink. So I'll show you it now. I've got my 3 drinks are here.
Oh my god, thanks for coming up there.
Oh, let it be.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky today. Thank you, sir.
Free drink. Beth, this is for you. They're playing your song. Spring fever to everyone.
One you've never seen before. Hello, how are you? With Elvis as your personal guide to America's exotic Eden, our Polynesian paradise.
So, yeah, this is the end of my Elvis Evolution vlog. And we're still in the hotel, so this is not my room, as you can see. We're not in a hotel, we got an apartment. It's lovely, it's really, really nice. And quite close to the XL where Elvis Evolution is. So, yeah, I didn't get on last night to do my review because, hello! Hey, yeah, so Georgia called me, Joe's daughter, so we were having a chat. So yeah, Elvis Evolution yesterday. So, I didn't go on last night to do a review because we were in there for 6.5 hours in Elvis Evolution. 6.5 hours. So we got there at 3 o'clock, as you could see from the video, and we sat outside, we had a drink, we were on the Thames, the sun was shining, Elvis music was blasting, they played cracking tunes, you can hear. They were like doing Do the Clam. They played Clam Bake. Do you know, it's not the bog standard songs. You're not going in and hearing just Hound Dog. You're hearing some cool songs. I was totally excited for that. I loved it. And there were some classics. We had Paralysed. Oh my God, the list goes on and on. Trilogy, it goes on and on. So yeah, I was really impressed with the song choices. It was really, really good. So sitting outside at Bob's Diner was just brilliant. And I can't fault it. It was fantastic. Bob's Diner was well run. I ordered my free drink with my VIP pass. I got it. I had a milkshake. It was delicious. I had nachos, but I did get pulled pork on it. But that was my fault. I didn't ask for the vegetarian one. What a numpty. So I scooped the pulled pork over the edge and ate the rest. And I loved it. It was fantastic. Cannot complain. So yeah, that part was so smooth, so lush. Sitting in Bob's Diner, having the atmosphere, having Elvis music playing. I don't know what you would want more than that. I truly don't. But that's just me. I'm a simple pimple girl who loves Elvis Presley, and I just love hearing Elvis music and eating and drinking and having a good time with my friends. So anyway, then you get called over the tannoy to come to the NBC special. So you're going to be the audience for Elvis. So they need people because Colonel Parker apparently sat on some tickets. That was quite funny. We all had a giggle at that part. So yeah, we were the ones that they needed desperately to come in. So they were like, you need to give it pumped up action. Elvis is not coming out. And at this part, you're in like a little room. And I really wish we could have took a picture of it. But I didn't want to be rude and take pictures. People don't want pictures, so I didn't. But it's like a little room of an NBC backstage thing. So there's cups, there's like scripts, there's places to sit, there's cases, Elvis Presley cases. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you get the actors coming in, and this is the immersive part that some people might not like. So it's like a theatre production. So you've got them coming in going, oh my God, we gotta get ready. Elvis won't come out. Guys, you're gonna be you need to give us applause. Can you do that for us? It's that kind of vibe. So if you don't like theatre productions like, well, just like West End type things, or like the dungeons, London Dungeons or Blackpool Dungeon, if you don't like that kind of stuff, then you might be cringing at it. But I really like that kind of stuff. I thought it was pretty epic, and I thought they gave it their all. They were really, really intense. I mean, they were intense. And then you got the Sam Bell link. And that was the whole thing, throughout the whole thing, that I thought there was too much of. Too much of Sam Bell and not enough of Elvis. Especially at the start. But it was told through his perspective of his friendship with Elvis, and then their parallel lives, and how one became stratospheric and the other went to the army, how he lived his life but still remembered EP, the guy that he knew as a kid. So you follow through into the mystery train, and that's when you're in a train. It's rickety, they blow wind in your face. It's pretty cool. I mean, it is really cool. And then you've got like chuck, 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 and you've got all this stuff coming down the side, like the windows, so you feel like you're on there. It's pretty uncomfortable for your back, but I've got a bad back anyway. But I put my feet up on the front, and it was actually quite comfy then. So yeah, it was all right. And they then take you through a montage of Elvis as a kid with Sam Bell. And then it's a whole montage all the way through to
Sun Studios. There's no mention of like Gladys. There's no mention of the Colonel. There's no in-depth knowledge into how Elvis went to RCA or how he... There's nothing like that. It just touches on like Dewey Phillips. It touches on... So you'll have like clips of an actor playing Elvis who's waking up in the morning, and they play that video, and then you see Elvis getting a phone call and My Happiness when he's picked up the acetate. I think there was a bit that was wrong. Yeah, before that, they had Elvis, the impersonator or the person who was looking like Elvis, but you knew it wasn't Elvis. They had him standing and they said, you should be better going driving a truck. And then you get the My Happiness acetate. So you know that that's completely the wrong timeline, but it's like Bazzy's movie, all jumbled up in the timeline, but it's not the worst. Do you know, you're not going to like be like, oh, that's totally skewed my whole knowledge of Elvis. You know what I mean? It won't do that, but it's a bit off. So yeah, you see like the actors then, the same 4 actors who were in before are playing all different parts. One's playing Marion Keisker and Sam Phillips. They're hinting that they two were together. So, is that true? I haven't read that. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then it shows Sam Bell having like a football career while Elvis is doing other things like getting famous. And the girls having fun. They show a bit of like the girls having fun because they love Elvis and they're so excited by him. And then what other bits do they have? The train's pretty much a mismatch, a mix and match of all those different kind of vibes. They've got I'll fly away, oh glory. And they have like a little gospel section. That could have been longer. I think that would have been way better. But do you know like little bits that they had? They had a front screen over the back screen. And in the front screen, they had like, do you know when it's like a really sunny day and you've got like the glints from the sunshine? They had that over it. And then at the back on the screen, they'd put cotton and like southern nights and southern days. And it gave it a real atmospheric feeling. It really did. And all the actors would be coming from back and in the front. So yeah, it's a good part. And there is atmospheric parts to it. But it is very hectic. It is very mixed match. So, yeah, it didn't follow a clear linear line, I didn't find, but I enjoyed it, I did. And there was real bits of it that were pretty epic when you were getting cracking on the train and the wind was blowing in your face and you felt like you were in the south. It was pretty sweet in that way. So then we leave the train and we head to the tiki bar because it takes us, and that's the part that is a bit not clear because you then end on Hollywood and like there's a picture of Hollywood, and then you go to the tiki bar, which is all about Elvis's movies. Now I wish they had just been clear. Like now you're heading to Elvis Presley's movie career where he starred in 31 major motion pictures. Do you know, like a fan, if we could have just been there and said to them, like, you need to emphasise that. And maybe even give a little bit of information about what Elvis's movies brought to Hollywood, and how... I think they dismissed it a good bit. There was a bit of dismissing about the movies. None of the bigging up of the movies. But hello, when did they ever big up the movies? It's like a obvious reaction from people. So anyway, but it wasn't clear why we were going in the tiki bar, but we did. And we had 20 minutes there. So you can use the restroom here. You can't use the restroom in the train. And for Joe, who was needing the pee desperately, that's not good. Because the train is rickety. And you need the toilet, you don't want to be on those benches. So, right, okay. Then you're heading to the tiki bar, and it was so smooth. We went in, all our drinks were lined up. Freezing cold, gorgeous glasses, stunning. And you just went, showed your VIP ticket, and they gave you a free drink. I only drank a tiny bit because I don't drink alcohol, and I didn't get a virgin one. And I wasn't sure where the virgin one was. So that could have been clearer. But maybe they just assumed everyone was drinking alcohol. So I gave mine away, but I had a little sip. So yeah, but I didn't want to drink much because I didn't want to need to pee in the next section. So it was absolutely fine. But that part I absolutely loved. As you can see from the video, it was all Elvis music from the movies. And as you know, I'm going to love that. And I was singing Margarita, ooh, Margarita, no, no, no. I was absolutely in my oils. I could have stayed there all day long in the tiki bar. Yes, please. Thank you. So yeah, we were in there for, I thought it was like half an hour. It was really good. It was so fun. I enjoyed every bit of that. And then we headed to the 68 special. And so you get herded in. Oh no, you go through like the dressing room. So in the meantime, before you go through to all the different places, you go to like 3 little rooms. So it looks like his dressing room, where his piano is. There's a replica of the 68. Replica of the If I Can Dream suit. And you're just walking through those rooms and they're pretty cool. They're really cool. I mean, we don't know what they look like, but there's like scripts there, change of habit script I noticed. There is like Old Spice on the side, his comb, Brillo cream, stuff that he'd be using. And it was nice, it was really nice. And then they had like the curtains from Graceland, they had the clock from Graceland, they had like a ruched like fabric on the ceiling that was replicant of like, it felt like you were in the pool room in Graceland. So that kind of vibe. They were pulling loads of different features. And then it was basically a lot of Americana in there. And it was epic. I really enjoyed it, touching the stuff and feeling the stuff and going around and having a look. And I think at that point, the £300 people who paid the 300 got their champagne, but it didn't look like they had a lot of time. So that wasn't very good for the £300 people. I would have wanted way more time to drink my champagne. But I don't know, I never paid £300, so I don't know what their experience was. So, and then throughout that whole place, they sprayed Elvis's perfume. So you smelt it, it was delicious. All the way through, I was like, oh my God, I can smell him. Now, I don't know if that's how he smelled, but they say that that's what he smelled like, Old Spice. And they had different like scents that over the years he had used. And it was lush. I kept going, oh, I can smell him, I can smell him, in that kind of way. And it was kind of cool, that was really cool. So then we got ushered into the 68. And obviously we're the audience. So they're like, when the applause comes up, applause, applause. So exactly like the movie. It's the Baz movie, completely. So then we're in there and we got VIP seats up the back. And the people who are in the £75 seats, they had to stand at the front. So it's like a mosh pit at the front and then the seats at the back. But I was standing up the entire time anyway, so I never sat down. So yeah, I think I would have been better off in the mosh pit. But when it first starts, you've got an AI Elvis. It does happen. So you've got Elvis sitting in front of a mirror and it's AI. And then you have the big screens come up and it's AI Elvis. And it's like the avatar from ABBA, which I'd seen the night before. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was cool. The technology was good. There could be improvements, mega, but it was only for like a minute that it was on there. And then you had like clips of like a guy dressed in a suit walking across the stage. So, but I didn't feel he looked like Elvis. I don't know, he had too much hair for the 68. I don't know, just felt like that. And so we're like mashes of clips like that. It was weird, very strange. And then 3 musicians came onto the stage and Elvis came on at the back with the 68 special. Now, there is a square stage, but we are in front of the stage, we're not around it. So the minute that Elvis came up on the 68, there was a tiny bit of disappointment in me that I thought the potential. He could have been in the centre of that as a hologram, like the avatar, and we could have all been sitting around the 68 and then nobody would have moaned ever. But instead, you got the 68 on the back and we were up here, and so it wasn't in the round. But the 68 had been cleaned up a mega amount. It isn't like they're playing 68 from a YouTube clip, which I've heard. It's not that. He's definitely more pristine in his face. It's pristine enough that you would think they'd AI rendered it. So yeah, there's a definite difference than what I had assumed it would be. Checking. Apologies. Sorry, I'm checking my time. We've got to get the bus very, very soon. Got to get a taxi. So I gotta go. But yeah, so there had been a real polishing up of the 68 footage, and that's, oh, sugar, sorry, and that's it really. That is totally it for the 68. So they play like 4, 5, 6 songs from the 68 special, and you've got the musicians and you're up dancing, the actors come back out, they're dancing, they play If I Can Dream, they play stand-up, the sit-down show, stand-up show. I think there's like 5 or 6 songs, and then they play like a montage to show how amazing Elvis is and how he's impacted on fans. It's from people's TikToks, and so there's like a kid doing the Elvis moves. You see the fans singing Can't Help Falling in Love at games. So there's loads of stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And Sam Bell, they show actual real Sam Bell talking about his friend EP, which is really nice because it ties it in from the Sam Bell from earlier. And Jerry Schilling's talking. There's no mention of the Colonel, Priscilla, his mum, dad, baby Jesse Garen. There's nothing like that. You're not getting a life story. You're just getting Sam Bell's perspective of him and the 68. So there's loads of things I would have changed, loads of things to make it more impactful. But that's how they went with it, and fair enough. So then we're ushered, and we were up dancing, boogieing, crazy. The drummer and stuff, the drummer lost his six. The drummer was like pointing at us because we were having so much fun. So it was great. And then we got taken through to the after party, which was epic. You had a DJ and you had a band. The band rotated every time that a new people came in, they put the band back on and they'd play 4 or 5 songs. Sometimes different, sometimes the same, but the DJ then would rotate loads of different songs, and there was loads of different songs. I mean, sometimes you'd play a certain one again because another crowd were coming out, but generally, as an overview, he played regular new songs, and we partied. We had dinner. I had a veggie burger with chips. The chips weren't very good. The veggie burger was all right. I ate it all. And I had my free drink, which was pretty standard. They did it nice, gave me it straight away. I was happy. And just we partied till 9:30. And we could have stayed there even longer, but we had to travel today. And we've had a week of Elvis partying, so I'm absolutely shattered. So yeah, all in all, it was a fantastic experience from start to finish. As you can see, I really loved it. I mean, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Could there be improvements? Yes. Do I wish it was less Sam Bell? Yes. Do I wish that they had a hologram? Yes. But did I enjoy it more than ABBA the night before? Yes. I paid £100 for ABBA. I was in there an hour and a half. It was great. Next day I paid 180 and I got 6.5 hours of Elvis Presley music. It's a no-brainer. I enjoyed it better than ABBA, I'm sorry, I did. If it had been a hologram, I would have probably peed my pants. So there was missed opportunities, of course there was. But bloody hell, what a freaking experience. I enjoyed it. I think if you go in there expecting a hologram and feeling negative, you're going to hate it. You truly will. But if you go in there with an open mind, prepared to have fun and know that, yeah, there's not going to be a hologram, you might just enjoy it. Also, I would pick a Saturday night or Friday night. I think if you go in the afternoon on a Tuesday, there's not going to be the vibe. People were having fun. They were up dancing. And so if I were you, pick a weekend or pick a nighttime calling and then start boogieing yourself and other people will follow. If you start boogieing having fun, it's infectious. Don't go in there and be negative, because you're not going to, well, you're going to infect everyone else with your negativity and then there'll be no more fun. So yeah, but I understand that the ticket prices are insane. They are too expensive. I think I was out by about £50 with my £180 ticket. So, but I'm glad I paid it in advance because I had all the freebies then and I didn't have to pay out of pocket today. And I was skint, so I was like, thank God I paid for it already. So it worked out for me. But anyway, that's it for my Elvis Evolution vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. And be kind, be nice. If you don't agree and you thought it was crap, then fair enough. Fair enough. And I can't do anything for you. I've heard lots of people say that theirs wasn't as fun. And I feel for you in that way, because the fun part was what made it 20 times better for me. So yeah, right, I gotta go for my bus or I'll never get home to Wales. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we love Elvis Presley no matter what, and fingers crossed one day we'll get that hologram. And if we do, I'll be there. All right, catch you all later. Bye everyone.